Video we are going to learn how you can create a virtual machine on your computer and this can be done on any kind of computer. You can have a Mac, you can have a Linux computer, you can have a Windows computer. We are going to use a free hypervisor software and that is called VirtualBox. Okay, so you first have to go to this link and download VirtualBox for your system. It is www.virtualbox.org. So depending upon which system you have, you need to download that. If you have a Windows system, you just need to download its exe file and install it. If you have a Linux system, you can download the respective one. Same is the case for Mac. So once it's downloaded, the time comes to create a virtual machine. So I open up the VirtualBox. So here you can see I already have a virtual machine created that is for the Windows and it is currently running as well. So there are two things we need to do. First, we need to have the ISO file for the operating system of whom's virtual machine you want to create, so you can download it from respective sites. So I have a couple of these. Let's use Ubuntu 20.04 for the time being, right? So create new. Now give it a suitable name. Let's say I give it a name video Ubuntu image. Okay, then select the type of operating system it is. So currently in the case of Ubuntu, it's Linux. It sometimes it judge by itself and sometimes it don't. So it's always good to select the most appropriate or the closest um, image. So in our case, it's Ubuntu 64. I select that, give it some RAM. For the time being, I give it just 2 gigs of RAM from my system. Now, okay, now at this stage, it's going to ask you to tell it that what kind of hard drive you want to assign it, right? The best one for the beginner one is this. That's create a virtual hard drive now. So what it's going to do is not going to occupy the exact amount of space on your hard drive or your SSD. It's going to allocate that dynamically. So once you're going to cover some space on your virtual machine, that's going to be reflected on your hard drive or SSD, right? So I keep it like that. Then again, for the beginners, the most suitable one is the first one. Keep it dynamic, and you need to set the space you want to give it to it, right? Remember that there are ways to extend the hardware related configurations for the operating system or the virtual machine. Let's say you can change the number of cores you allot to your virtual machine, you can change the RAM you allot to your virtual machine, you can change the type of the interfaces available to it, but the only thing you will not be able to change in the future is the storage or the hard drive, the virtual drive. Okay, you may even be able to port your virtual machine to other devices, but everything would be able to be modified, but this is the thing that you cannot change in future. So make sure how much you want to give it to it. So let's say I give it 50 gigs for the time being. Right, now the machine is there. Okay, by default what it's going to do is it's going to allot it one core. Come to systems, you see processor, it's allotted just one core. Okay, that's the default setting. You may increase that to boot up or boost up the installation time or speed up the device or the virtual machine. It's up to you. It also depends upon how much resources you have available on your system, right? Next, it's going to give it one network. So that network is going to be its own virtual network, which is going to have internet access, but will not be shared with your network interface. We are going to discuss that in future, that how you can expose your Wi-Fi or Ethernet to your virtual machines. Okay, then so pretty much it. These are the default configurations, default settings, and which are good to go for the time being. Okay, double click on it to start the virtual machine, and then you need to select the ISO image which you want to load. In our case, I'm gonna load where it is right now. I'm going to load the Ubuntu image. let's search the drive, and this is the one I want to do. Okay, we selected that, select it, click the start, and that's it. Your machine will boot up. Right now you have to go through the installation process, which I'm going to introduce you the initial steps, right? And these are going to be different from different uh, images, different distributions, or the operating system of whom's virtual machine you are creating. Once the installation is done, your machine is good to go. You can use that just like any ordinary machine available on your premises or on the server. The good thing about creating virtual machines is that, let's say you are on Linux and you want to use some tool in Windows, you can do that. Like in my case, I'm having a Windows virtual machine running on my system. Same is the case for those who are on Windows and want to learn Linux, they can create a Linux virtual machine. Install Ubuntu, continue. So keep these to whatever configurations you are interested in. Click next. Your entire hard drive would be shown to it. Select that for installation media. Okay, so erase the disk and install Ubuntu. Click continue, and that is much it. The installation will start from here. That is it for this video. Thank you very much. In the next couple of videos, we are going to learn about some more advanced configurations of the virtual machines, like exposing your network interface cards to the virtual machine, sharing of folders between the virtual machine, etc. Right? So stay tuned, to subscribe and give me the feedback how I can improve the videos. Thank you very much.